I'm Eric at Ups and Downs Farm in Citra, Florida, and this is Florida Natural Farming. Today I'm just going to go look at everything. It's like the night of the big chill that everyone was so afraid of, but it doesn't even look like it's going to get freezing here, and we're warmer than everyone else, it seems, around us. This little location on the swamp. So I've been getting my zebu trailer ready to haul the little calves because I'm picking up my new bull calf and a new heifer from Bogle Farms miniature zebus and miniature longhorns in Sorrento, Florida. So I had to get the trailer ready. It's the first time we used it for cattle. It's all been used for moving, and we're gonna take out this here and just put them in this area here, and then put this straw down. And went to this great feed store today, and you couldn't get any organic hay in where I was before down south, and here they have two different types, and it's the same price basically as the coastal square bales. It's crazy. First cutting from Wyoming, and look at the difference. They only do one cutting. It's high altitude, and it's organic certified Timothy. It's gorgeous. Only the best. We have to buy hay. It's the only time we're buying anything because we have to put the calves in the stall for like 2 or 3 days. I got halters on them for the first time. They just got weaned. They're only 4 months old. Our little calves, Peanut and Bubbles, are 10 months old. Bubbles is almost 11 months old. So that's the difference. 7 months. So they're tiny little guys. 2 months older than our calf Pumpkin. So everything's looking great here. It's so freaking gorgeous here. I love it. It's incredible. It's just gorgeous around here. I love this area, and we explored Reddick, and it was just wow. Beautiful horse farms and just nice. So we dry farm vegetables. I haven't really started. We've only been here since the end of October, around Halloween, and that's when we moved in. So, but I have planted about 160 bananas from Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm, and they look good. They're coming up. We do that to build the microbial populations in the soil at shallow root depth of bananas, and try to repair the lack of life, or the life that's been destroyed because they drove over it and mowed it and raked it and burned everything that was on it for probably 20 years. And it's slightly compacted, but it seems to respond well to biological inputs because it has all this built-in microbiology in the form of these old growth oak trees. It's really nice. But here's my vegetable garden. And as you can imagine, this is basically dead of microbial life. It is in a old, or not old, but it's a riding arena for horses. Small. We have two. We have one over there, but we're never going to use it. So I want to experiment doing my dry farm vegetables in this, basically. I mean, I don't water, and all I did was mix some raw zebu manure in the soil. It's very compacted, of course. It's clay underneath, and then it's got about a very thin layer of sand, like doesn't even look like an inch over here. But I planted vegetables in here, and this is the area I planted last. So I did it in strips, and I did these mounds, and I planted butternut squash. You got to remember that it doesn't rain here, and I never watered this stuff, and it all seems to grow. And these are little radishes I see are coming up, and looks like nothing is coming up through here. Oh, something came up through here, so maybe it's still happening, but not that good. But this looks like lettuce. It's growing all along here quite nicely. So putting plants in here will add microbiology to the soil, which is what this needs, because once you get the microbial populations up in enough diversity, it can function as one unit and provide all the nitrogen needs of the plant. So we don't water because we wanted to see how stuff would grow, or I wanted to see. I was just curious because it seemed like everything grew in Florida. Here's potatoes. This looks like radishes to me. This looks like radishes also. This looks like it could be the squash, the butternut squash. This looks like clover. See, that's a good sign. Whenever nitrogen-fixing plants start showing up, you know that the system is starting to repair itself. The nitrogen's fixing bacteria are working and providing nitrogen. Looks good. I'm quite impressed. This, we had a rain finally, I guess, while I was gone one day. It looks like it had standing water here, but you could tell there was puddles around here. But just one day, but I guess it rained. Looks like there was a puddle there. But it was enough to get this stuff to start growing. I was surprised. This looks like lettuce all coming up. So this side looks a little bit better. Nothing came up right here that I can see. Oh yeah, there's something coming up here. Maybe it's just starting. Yeah, there's little things coming up. Some stuff is slow. When you dry farm, you have to, it takes a while, but the only thing really you need to do is build up the microbial populations in the soil. That is the organic matter. So you don't have to worry about organic matter. The roots below ground is the carbon above ground. So that's what you need to build up. So this is an older section because I started right here. The larger it is the older the section. So these are some lettuces because we have a 115-pound tortoise that eats lettuce every day, a large quantity, like a whole head of it. So we have that, and this looks like some sort of greens, or maybe something. Nothing came up right here. Nothing came up right here, which is bizarre. But this is definitely radishes that have gone past their prime, obviously. But I'm sure there's younger ones in here. I wasn't out here picking them. Here they are. They're nice. But I'm going to put that radish back so it feeds the soil, because that's what it does. It houses the microbial life that builds the soil. It's the carbon that builds the soil from the roots. This is cabbage, obviously. Or not cabbage, but kale. Look at how purple that is. I see creatures have been chewing on it, so it must be good. Lacinato kale. Cilantro is looking good. It went more than 4 weeks without ever being watered, I believe. Just the moisture from the air. It's like, here's more radishes. Some of them are past their prime. Obviously, the ants got in that one. I'm not very good about harvesting stuff, because I kind of just want it to build the soil, and I don't want to take too much out of it. I want to leave it this year. This is greens. But I cannot believe that you can do this without even watering. And watering would destroy microbial populations, because you'd have to use sprinklers, and it would disturb the nutrients in the soil from the cow manure, and it would leach out. It would wash away. So you really, less disturbance, as least amount of disturbance as possible this first year, which was probably good. because there just was no carbon in the soil. So you want to build all those little houses of microbes, connect the system with this system, and it'll take off. I'm going to cover it with manure after this growing season is over, zebu manure, as much as I can. Probably take me a while to get there because I have to go collect it. And then next year it'll probably be really good. I'll just mix it into the soil and then plant my seeds in it like I did. Coming along. Hopefully I'll have some lettuce from our tortoise. But the bananas look great. So yeah, this is like really nice sandy loam soil. It's just been driven on. That was what was wrong. So you really have to get some life into it on the very top layer and restore that so that it like lifts up more, because it just is, it's compacted. And then will get off the roots and let the nutrients flow through. But it doesn't get standing water. There's just too much carbon in here. So it sucks it right up. Just have to plant some bananas in it, which will restore keystone species and propagate them and connect the system with the fungal network all through that top layer and try to start lifting it up. The bananas that I didn't chop the tops off look good, but I knew that that would be the case. But I wanted to get as many bananas as I could when I first got up here, so I got 150 in the pickup. Or no, 100. I planted about 160 total. And so I got 100 in there, but I had to chop the tops of them off, so down at the bottom, in order to get them in the truck. Some of them are a little taller, but because 50 with the tops on was all I could take in a pickup load, with the tops on, and I still cut them back a little bit. But I liked, if I'm going to transplant bananas, I like to leave them as unscathed as possible. And then any leaf that bends or whatever, you could chop it off, or trim it. But I like to try not to disturb any of the leaves. And that's what I've had best success planting. When you grow like this at Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm. But even the little ones look great. And it's been cold here. I see bananas when I drive around, and they're mostly all burnt, but ours are still green. Makes a difference when you're surrounded by swamp. And the ground's getting softer quick. It's already getting softer. I could feel it. It's nice through here. Also, when you water it does compact stuff. If you're like, it just removes air from the soil, and the soil compacts if it stays wet. Creatures need oxygen to live. Standing water causes carbonic acid in the soil, which causes cellular death to plants. Yeah, this is the areas where I cut the tops. Some of them I left a little longer, but even they aren't doing that great. But these have been in the ground the longest. Those over there weren't that long, but I chopped the tops of them off. They're all alive. My friend Carson was freaked out because they were black on top, but it's not warm here. It's cold. We've had nights that are supposedly 32. So this top part is going to die, and it's either going to send off a rhizome or it'll probably grow out, but I think it's going to probably send off a rhizome is what this will do. But I know they're not dead because I've done this before. I've chopped them all the way down and buried them upside down and covered them completely over. And I like the undisturbed part the best. You have to experiment when you're dividing 600 50 bananas. Sometimes they're too big to lift, so you have to cut them. But some of them that were, see, that's green under there, just got burnt on top. Does not mean it's dead. People get too paranoid and think they need to interfere with the banana too much, but really, if your bananas came from a source where they focused on microbial life, then your banana should be able to just grow and prosper. There's no reason why it should die. But the soil influences the banana phenotype. So having healthy soil determines whether or not your banana will be fit and healthy and able to grow and function naturally. Ways that you damage soil is with nitrogen fertilizers and salt-based fertilizers and fungicides and pesticides and herbicides and plastic. Plastic is so overlooked, and it probably should be the thing that they look the most at, I think. That's just how I feel. But everyone overlooks it, but you have to look at plastic in your system because it's you can't really grow a healthy plant if your plant is dosed with microplastics or nanoplastics. Yeah, they're good. These are all very healthy, bioactive, putting down below ground city of microbial life, building the rhizome, and then getting ready to send off another pup. But this is exactly what I figured would happen, especially in winter. In summer, if it stays warm and you do it, or if you do it and it's warm, then they will be okay and they'll just sprout out of the top. But they're all alive. People, y'all are too paranoid about everything. Boy, everyone was freaked out about a cold spell that never even materialized, and it's like it was bizarre. That banana looks good. I planted cassava in here. This is why you leave the tops on the bananas. Though these look, these went through the first cold spell. That also happened. We're 9B, so it's not everything is going to be it's not tropical up here. It gets cold. I have to wear a coat all the time. Vero Beach didn't have to do that. So yeah, this one's even alive. So that's all nutrients that go right into that rhizome. So it's like good if you leave it, not mess with it. Let it do its thing. Come spring, I'll show. It's kind of funny that I'm showing the worst it could possibly look, and then people base my knowledge on what they see without listening or watching the video or knowing how I grow, and try to give me advice about watering and stuff. But I've been dry farming in Florida for a long time, and it does work. And people just don't look beyond soil. They just look at the mineral of the soil. They just look at the mineral of the soil, and they don't even mention life when they talk about soils. And you can't talk about soils to grow plants if you don't talk about the microbial life. It's just they don't function like that. So People may think it's logical to nutrient stack, but really all you need to do is diversity and have an unpolluted environment for your plant to grow in, and preferably from seeds from a healthy growing ecosystem. People have citrus around here. It all looks really good. But it's because of the fungi from the oak trees, the mycorrhizal fungi, definitely. It's just here because of these trees. You can't get away from it, and that's why all the citrus up here looks good. So that's why people think that it's the oak trees that are just doing it. Yeah, definitely they're the drivers of it, but it's not just the oak trees. You got to talk about the fungi, the mycorrhizal fungi. And the fact that this is a different species than that. So we want diversity, but they tried their best to turn this into a monocrop oak forest, and it likes to be a monocrop oak forest. But hopefully we'll get some palmettos growing in here, and the azaleas will look good. And I was wondering if I should go look at the cows or call this video a wrap. Let me go look at the kumquat, or is it loquat? That's it. And then I'll call it a wrap. It's very beautiful here. It's the prettiest area I've seen around here. It's just Reddick and Micanape and all those other towns, I should say, little towns, big giant horse farms, gorgeous freaking horse farms. I see lots of sandhill cranes over there. The other side of the cat house. I don't want to scare them. There's our wild cat from Vero Beach that was a stray and had kittens in our barn. Hi, Miss Shelley. She's happy in there. She's getting her new stand soon. Yeah, here's the loquat tree. They look good. I don't know if I've ever had a loquat. Smells good. Oh, there's the sandhill cranes. The cows are way out in the pasture. I don't even see them. It looks like there's some little loquats on there. That's cool. Anyway, I'm Eric at Ups and Downs Farm in Citra, Florida. This is Florida Natural Farming. Thanks for watching. Next video is going to be of our new calves, our new zebu bull, and our new little heifer we got from Rick Bogle. I can't wait. See you soon. Have an excellent day. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. I always enjoy hearing from you.